Okay, we're mixing up the putty. It says to keep mixing it until you get a uniform color. You can see it's some gray and some black mixed together. And I guess there ain't no shortcut to doing it. You just got to keep kneading it and playing with it until it's all one color. And then we'll make it into a ribbon, I guess, something like that. And then we'll plant it on the top of our gas tank and put our filler neck into it. Get your fingers a little dirty. Hope you don't mind getting your fingers dirty. Well, I guess that's about it. It looks all to be gray. Make it ribbon. I like using plumber's putty, I guess. Similar consistency, actually. If I use plumber's putty. Press this down into it. I think I'm going to roll it over the edges a little bit. I'm going to wire wheel this in. Clean it with some carburetor cleaner to get the residues off. There might have been left on there from whatever else I used. Part of the reason I wanted to use the other epoxy is because it would naturally flow out and smooth itself out. This stuff does not. Probably will use a little Bondo on it later on after it's all dry and I can sand it. So I can smooth it out around the top. And we will retake the whole tank. And I'm looking at the possibility of having a vinyl sticker made to replace the movie car sticker if I can't come up with something suitable. I'll do what I did before and I'll make another water slide decal. And after it's all painted and finished, we're going to clear coat the whole thing with polyurethane clear. Helmsman Spar Varnish is the brand that we use. And a friend of mine who used it successfully on motorcycle tanks said that he's had very good results with it. Okay, well, I guess we're going to let it set. I'll have to wash my fingers now. It says, set times 5 minutes, cure time 1 hour. So at least my time is 4:03 now, so it should be cured by 4 o'clock. And then we'll give it a little bit of a test and see what we can see how it will look at that point in time. It's an experiment, don't you know? Well, you saw me try driving it, and it threw this chain right here 3 times. We have fixed this chain and the tensioner here. We have fixed this chain and the sprockets here. I have replaced the clutch up here and put a different setup for the idler for that. And down underneath, both of the chains underneath, the one that goes between the transmission and the right angle gearbox, that one has been replaced and modified a couple of times. And you saw the last one I did was inside the frame. So I guess it only stands to reason that this one here is going to give me trouble now. So I'm not putting it back down in the shop. I'm up here in the carport now, and I'm hoping that this will be a quick fix. The sprocket is cocked. And let me see, I can stick my finger right behind there, and I cannot over here. That tells me that something is going on with that, because that was not like that before. So there's the issue. I may end up having to take the body off to fix this one. I'll bring you back when we get more progress. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Bye now. Well, here we are. We got it all jacked up here. And I'm going down underneath to check out the situation with this. And you can see it's real loose, looser now than it was. Mainly because if I get you down here, and I can get down here with you, so you can see up in here. You see this bearing carrier right here? Well, it's bent. And that's what allowed my sprocket here to move in the wrong direction, see? So I'm going to take this bearing carrier off, and I'm going to make a new plate to go behind it, because it works fine. It's to hold this shaft going through the frame here, hold it in place. But I need to make a plate to go behind it so it won't bend, and it'll keep my sprocket lined up. Now you can get a better idea of what I was talking about the plate being bent. See, it's straight there. This side here got bent, so it allowed the shaft to kink and canter off at an angle. So we need to make a plate to go on this. Okay, there we are. We have our plate, have it drilled and the hole done. Now to take it up and to mount it on the Goofy cart. Well, it's not pretty, but hopefully it's going to be functional. And we'll see real quick here now. Well, there's the culprit and the shaft that it was welded to. And yeah, it was a weld that I did. I only welded it on the outside. And looks like it was the weld itself that broke. Not the shaft, not the sprocket. So I'll need to put that back together. I was so confident with my last fix on the Goofy cart that I brought this back in. And we got a new seat for it. How do you like them apples, huh? That's going to be really nice. And I think we'll probably put some shoulder harnesses on it too to help keep you in place, you know, for when you're going around tight corners. Yeah. We're going to get some penetration down in there this time, and I'm also going to plug weld in the back. We don't want this thing coming apart again. A little grind and a little cleanup, and she'll be good to go. And we got our plug welds done in the back too. Well, we have the gas tank all stripped down, and I'm going to do some Bondo work on it. This stuff is obviously working very well. Carburetor cleaner has not loosened it up or softened it up at all. Put that back up on the shelf. We're done with it. And that's what I use for stripping all the paint off of it all the way around. And I've been using a brass brush and a Scotch-Brite pad to clean it up. And I probably will go over it one more time. I'm running out of time at the moment. We have Bible study tonight. But yeah, it's coming. And I just need to find somebody that can make my sticker for me. We'll see how that works out. I've checked a couple of places, and one of my subscribers is looking into a possibility up near Nashville. Okay, it's all dried. I let it dry overnight. So now I just got to take it off and slide it in place. And the only thing that holds that in place is this clip, which goes in there. Okay, and that seems to have worked fine. There's not a lot of side-to-side play. So let me see, it comes down here and it slides right into this hex on the inside of this and goes through and comes out on the back side. Here we go. Slide it in just like that. And then I'm going to put the clip in the back, and then we'll put the chain on, move the truck out, go for a ride. Well, you saw how far I made it. Now the sprocket broke off. Well, I didn't have any Bondo. Gonna have to get some. This is called Bondo hair. Back in the day we called it tiger hair. Long stranded reinforced fiberglass filler. So this is our first coat. I'll have to sand that out. I'll get some regular Bondo and we'll take care of that. And the last sprocket that I broke, I slid the shaft through the outside more and put a sleeve on it, and I've welded the sleeve as well as the shaft to the sleeve. So I think this will hold. I'm certainly hoping so. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Well, Goofy Cart's broken again, as you saw. Well, here we have another project. This is going to come right after we get the Tennessee sweet tea done. This is a little four-wheeler that one of my grandsons traded a controller for a video game for this. He was asking $40 for his controller, and the kid that he swapped it with asked him if he'd take this in exchange, so he did. Don't know if it runs. It seems to have compression, but something's gone wrong with the transmission. I don't know what. I haven't investigated it at all. But it looks like it could be a fun little toy for him. And we're probably going to have to make it so the seat comes way back here. because my grandson is 6 foot tall, and so here's the plastics for it. And if you put the plastics on there where they're supposed to be, like that, the seat is quite a bit further forward. It's made for little kids, but it would be something fun to run around the yard in, maybe. And so we'll see what happens. You can see the body's already been repaired a few times with zip ties. Looks like they had some kind of a paint job on underneath there, but yeah. How you doing, Jinx? Jinx is inspecting. Anybody want a cat?